When attempting to protect the most important asset, which for the majority of Americans is their primary residence, they turn to what is called a qualified personal residential trust. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but what a qualified personal residential trust is, or I'll refer to it as a QPERD, is an estate planning technique that outside of asset protection, which is an added benefit, it also provides you some additional estate and tax planning advantages. So in this video, we are going to explore and talk about the advantages, but also the shortcomings of a QPERD. So what is a QPERD? A QPERD is a true and tried estate planning technique where the asset in question is removed from the individual, so that it is no longer part of his or her estate. So what that person is left with is called a life estate. So as you can imagine, let's say you are 40 years old and you have a projected life expectancy of 30 years. Well, you have a life estate for your primary residence for 30 years. And the asset, the home, now belongs to the QPERD, which eventually will get distributed to your beneficiaries or however you drafted the QPERD. My personal view on it is that it has a shortcoming that is rather significant and challenging. For the trust to be effective, the projected lifetime of that person must exceed the projected timeline that you gave the trust. So the reason that is a challenge is because more often than not, you can't anticipate the length of time you are going to live. So it makes the calculation of that benefit very challenging. And if your projection is off and you end up outliving it, then not outliving it, then it's still part of your estate. So you don't get the tax benefit that you were aiming for. Yes, you get some of it, there's calculation involved, but it gets really messy and it's complicated. So a QPERD is an effective instrument. I do not believe it to be the best out there, just my personal take. I hope you found this helpful. If you want to find out more about it, visit us at assetprotectioncenter.com or call me at 714-966-2646 and we'll talk about your situation and see whether QPERD is applicable to you. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.